And we are live. Good morning, everybody, on it's a leap year Saturday here this morning. Every 4 years, we have a 29th of February, and this is one for 2020. Good morning to you with the D-Dub Steps, Dub Steps this morning here in lovely Las Vegas. We got a little bit of cloudiness today. I think this might burn off a bit. Lucky Beans first in the door. How are you? Morning, D.
Good morning.
Morning.
I did a wake and bake, so I'm a little stoned.
Yeah, so we go. 2 balls in a pole. Good morning, happy Saturday. Good morning, Snickerdoodle to you.
2 balls in a pole. That's fucking hilarious.
I know, 2 balls in a pole. It's like really, Good morning, hippie chick. How are you? Just having my this morning's Chooch, as usual, is sponsored by 7-Eleven here in Las Vegas. If you're in the greater Las Vegas area, make sure to stop in at 7-Eleven. $1 coffee when you're a rewards member. Take a tip from Rosie. Good deal. All right. Any size, $1. That's it. How you doing, Chaz? Morning to you. Good morning, person with Hammer. What's on the schedule today? I want to get some. I'd like to get some poolside time. You can't go. None of the pools are heated.
I need a haircut.
So it's about the pool water is probably in the mid 50s, mid to upper 50s. So there's no way. I don't do polar bear plunges and things. So it's not my thing. Yeah, got it all on an extra day of the month on leap year. Figured out how to adjust. I don't know how they did it. They figured out they needed to add a day every 4 years to keep things balanced out in the universe from tipping over. Something.
Well, eventually your seasons
like
your winters will be summer if you don't.
Hi, Slots. How are you? Nice to see you. I don't know. It'd just be crazy, but it is coming into springtime. Tomorrow is March 1st, which unofficially kicks off spring, and then we have St. Patrick's Day, which really, in my mind, is the real kickoff day of spring, March 17th every year. So it's good to, have a little talk on the phone today with an undisclosed person trying to figure out, future stuff that we might do in Vegas or a streaming house. They're not easy to do, streaming houses. They're difficult to pull off.
You have 20 people that commit and only like 8 people that show up,
or even less.
Yeah.
That show up, because it's so sometimes you can fork out a lot of money and get stuff set up, and then you might have 2 or 3 people, 4 people show up, and then it's not. So there's risks to that.
I'm sure if I show up, anybody will show up.
Yeah, of course, it's the D-Dubs showing up over there. That would be it. Good morning, Quinny. Good morning,
Sandy. How you doing?
Johnny and Tess. Nice to see you. Good afternoon, Sandy, to you, wherever you are. So that's the big risk with that, is the streaming house. But the concept is always interesting. Get a lot of different people together, put them in a home for a period of time, and then just let them interact. Can be very fun, or it can just go off the rails and go real bad too.
Yeah.
So you've certainly borne witness to that down in Florida.
Yes.
And you probably wouldn't want to redo in that type of environment anyway.
I don't even want to go back to Florida.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like done with Florida now.
Yeah, D would have 1,000 show up. Good morning, Chef. Nice to see you today. Glad that it was nice to see you. You finally got the bell. Yay. Good morning, Jeffrey. Thank you for your nice message yesterday. Good morning, XYZ. Nice to see you. Some people have mentioned it's repetitive to Choochin's, but if you haven't been down to Vegas in 6 months, you like to go out to the old places to see like what's changed. Like we went out to East Fremont Street. Now they're getting ready to open the old Motorport motels again from the 1930s.
A lot of things changed everywhere we went.
Stuff changes a lot on there, and I'll say what's repetitive. And I'm not trying to bust on this person. We did make peace, but to be in a garage every night for 2 years, that's repetitive.
I have to say something though about that. That song was hilarious. I laughed my ass off. I actually enjoyed the song. I was even singing afterwards, like.
That's good.
It was funny. It was funny, man. It was funny.
That's creativity. I was asking. I finished up Oh, you were waking up. Yeah. Yeah, I got a good sleep. I mean, I went to bed about 3 o'clock and got up around 9:15, which is great for me. I feel wonderful. I do wish the sun was out a little bit, but I'm sure next time I'm down here in April or May, I'll be, oh man, I wish it was a little cooler.
Yeah.
And everything out. Yeah, it was a good song. Choochin is much more fun without Marshall. Well, Marshall tends to hit these streams, and then he tells people what he doesn't want to do. I don't want to do this, and I don't want to.
I will penny pincher.
But you know, dude, you wanted your van rebuilt, right? You wanted that, right? So I mean, I know ASD. Do I always ask you, what do you feel like doing?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not one. I'm not.
You give me what you do is you say, hey, this is a suggestion I have, and you say your suggestion. You're like, but what do you want to do? I'm not trying to force you to do anything. I'm like, let's go do that. That sounds cool.
Exactly.
Or I'll say, hey, but what about this? And Rose will be like, oh, that sounds good. We'll go do that.
You know, in other words, if D comes and says, you know, I'm not feeling it, and yeah, go have a good time or something like that. I'm not going to sit there and twist people's arms. It's like you know, I'm not that person that ever tells people what to do or things like. If you don't want to go along and you don't choose, man, then don't go.
The tattoo healed real fast.
You know,
it actually did.
To act like there was some, requirement that you go along. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. Yeah, D is fun. He's a lot of fun, and you know, he's easy going. I've been with this guy. When did I come in? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's day 4 of being here.
Yep.
This guy hasn't complained about one thing all the time. Well, maybe a little bit about the the prime rib was a little bit weak last.
No,
night.
I complained. I did complain about the vegan restaurant. Oh my god. Never again. If we meet up in Lent,
special.
We meet up in Lent, and you say you can't eat. I'm sorry. I will meet you at the hotel. I'm gonna go get me a burger.
Hey Nathan, how you doing? Yeah, it was nice to see you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I think you and Elvis are just very different. That's exactly right, Quinny, which is fine. But you don't have to go on there and rehash. You know.
Yes, Nathan, it's real. It's on my stream. I streamed me actually getting the tattoo yesterday.
Yeah. No, one lucky thing is, you know, I mean, there's a difference between us, of course. Marshall doesn't really like to be active and go out and do things. He likes to be very targeted, to drive somewhere, park, and walk 20 feet, then do the content and call it a day. To me, the journey is more interesting a lot of times than the actual.
Yeah, usually when we get to our destination, it's like, oh, okay, so this is it. Yeah. All right, oh, time to go back. Let's go do some choochin.
But I'm lucky I have the support too to do what I do. That's the thing. You know? And, he should concentrate more on rebuilding support and a fan base for sure. Mr. Z, there you go. How you doing, Mr. Z?
State of the steering wheel has returned.
Yeah, state of the steering wheel. Yeah, Miss Sandra. That's not my responsibility. Anybody's happiness. His responsibility. My responsibility to his happiness is zero, except when I'm with him. You know what I'm saying?
My responsibility. I mean, the only person who's responsible for your happiness is you.
That's exactly right. It's 100% correct.
You're the only one that can change it. If you don't like the situation you're in, you gotta change it.
What may be unnerving is you see people together having a real good time, and then it's like, wow. You see somebody with a smile on his face, and waking up in the morning. Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do today? Irish eyes. There you go. X, Y, Z. Yeah, we'll do something. I don't know if the sun's gonna come out. It looks like this might burn off a little bit. I would call it a marine lair, but we're far from the ocean. Let's see. Yeah, it was nice to see Mr. Z. That pizza was good last time. I needed that.
It was real good.
That was good. He's like, I'm not hungry. He's like,
I wasn't,
this
but
guy
the munchies kicked in, and I was like, oh shit.
Like, yeah. Yeah, he's a refreshing change, and he's always a refreshing. He's always a refreshing change. Some people click better than others in life, and it's just the nature of the beast. The first time I met him on his birthday, May of 2019, we were going to just hang out for an hour. We ended up, gone for months or whatever, and gone through and having good times in and out of Vegas, the scooter, the Salt Lake City, up to Battle Creek, Michigan, and Nebraska, and all that.
Omaha,
stuff. Good time. So hopefully you'll be seeing a lot of D this spring and summer. So as time goes on. So went above me and beyond the comedy. Yeah, thank you, Sandra. Yeah, so if I was Marshall, I'd be actually the happiest person on planet Earth.
You got a brand new house.
New house. And,
brand new house. More. The interior is fully redone.
I get these little things back on the Jungle Telegraph.
I am stoned.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the refrigerator. Doesn't work. It's like, dude, we tested the refrigerator overnight with propane on 17 degrees.
I have to call him out on that, though. I think the refrigerator's fine. It just needs money.
It's like we tested it, man. It was 17 degrees in the morning. It doesn't get any better than that with the
that's like freezer status.
That's like freezer status.
That would freeze your milk.
That was full on with everything in the morning. That was everything up high on that, and it did a great job. D is more fun with the comfortable. Yeah, the Ranger's great. How you doing, Yasmin? Nice to see you, sweetie. Ranger's cool. I come back in April, May. I don't know where D's going to be if he is, but Ranger's invited us to his home. He's got a pool and everything, and yeah, barbecue. This is why you build friendships on YouTube, so you can come back in town. You can meet up with the Vegas fixings in life, and
I've actually made some really good friends off of YouTube.
You want to build your core of people that you can hang out with. Mr. Z. How great is it to be with Mr. Z? 2 years now, believe it or not. Mr. Z's been part of the channel. The pizza was good. Propane will not work. Let's see. It was shut-ups are turning on DC. That thing works on everything. Well, Lindsay, he's got to take responsibility. My program is different. I will be off to the East Coast. I will spend some time with my dad, and that'll be a regular feature going forward now that I have no place I need to be on Monday, so to speak. But for me, it's travel. But if there's places I really like, a lot of like Las Vegas, I tend to come to these places often. Why? Because I enjoy them. I enjoy the heck out of them.
Yeah.
And it's not the gambling, though I did hit it lucky yesterday.
Yes.
People that say Rosie doesn't go for nothing. I bought the pizza last night. I bought the beer, so I share my fortune.
Dinner.
Yeah.
Bought dinner.
All that stuff. So I don't mind spending it when I get a windfall. I take care of people. So dish out dinner. Okay, Julie. Yeah.
I hate my smile.
But you smile.
Yeah.
I hate your smile, but you smile. They will be down in Los Algodones this spring. Check it out. You don't need a passport as long as you have a license. You just walk up and walk back, and you're good to go. Oh, well, what you were doing with that money you won. That money is going into, I set aside $100 for Mad Money for the trip, okay? I figured share it, have a good time. That's going into my Southern California travel fund.
Yeah.
That's where that's going. The good thing about going to SoCal is everything is in a short radius. It's not like you're driving thousands of miles. If you want to bop between LA and San Diego, it's about 90 miles, 80, 90 miles. Big deal. You know what I mean? You drove 1,800 miles in 26 hours or something like that.
28 hours.
28 hours. So
1,700 miles.
SoCal keeps everything compact. Will I make a big cross country? Yeah. I'll make a beeline to the East Coast, and I'll slowly make my way back and do some stuff on the way back. All right, Reddy, how you doing, Red? Nice to see you. Say hi to Jim for me. How was that refrigerator? Which one? That gross one? Said he's entitled to some of the money. What, for the jackpot? No, jackpot. That, I don't know.
How am I entitled
I'll buy
to
Marshall a dinner. I'll buy him a dinner, but as far as putting cash money in his hand, it's like, really?
I'm not entitled to know
this
that.
guy sat next to me while I was paying out. He wasn't like this. He was like, yeah. I like that. So, can I see your tab, please? How do you go? YouTube play one. It's been very controversial, you know.
It has been.
It's been a topic of songs already. It's been a topic of conversation on a lot of chats. No paint. Huh? Okay.
No,
Amazing.
no.
Amazing. It's getting a little less 3D.
Yes, quite a bit actually.
Yesterday it was raised. It looked like a real button that you could push on there. D was a good luck charm. I've always had good luck with him when I'm with him.
It's crazy.
It's
Wow.
great, you know.
To say I like you, but that's crazy.
Haven't I always had good luck when you're?
Yeah, actually.
You know, he knows my philosophy. He sat with people that'll pound away for 12, 16, 18 hours at a casino.
Take
Great.
D to all casinos.
Yeah, take D to all casinos. $20 in, play max bet. If something doesn't happen in the 5 or 6 minutes that you're playing, you're done for the day. But like yesterday, sometimes big things can happen on that bet. And you get into a bonus feature, and you never know how far that bonus feature is going to go.
Right.
That was good morning. That's the deal on that. There's been a confirmed death in Washington State from the coronavirus. I'm sure, Sandy.
That's what it is. She's not good.
That's exactly right, Red Pill. Good luck. Yeah, good luck. Well, remember this, guys. Positivity creates its own vibes in the universe. Negativity creates its own vibes. I believe that in the universe. In other words, if you walk around with a black cloud over your head every day, then all your actions will seem like they're black cloudish. You know, your mood will be bad. You won't interact with people pleasantly. They'll give it back to you, and then you'll complain, and the day's lousy. The world sucks. But if you're positive, it's a different story. About 400. I want to say $465 because I was down $15 when I sat down yesterday. So, 505 minus 15 plus I had 9 in there, so 505 minus 25 is 500 minus 25 is about $475 to the good. Yep, to a person with a hammer. There it is. Yeah. To a person with a hammer. Everything looks like it now. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see an account with my famous saying. It was a good win. Yeah, negative energy. So I always told Marshall, be positive, man. Be happy in life. And when you come on YouTube, be a happy presence. Don't tell people what you don't want to. I don't want to do this. I don't like Choochin. That's not my thing, and I don't enjoy that. Man, do what you like to do. Okay, if you don't want to go Choochin, you don't want to go around. There's no obligation. It's unique, yeah. A slot machine is your best odds in the casino, and poker slot is the best. I showed him yesterday. I showed him two video poker machines side by side. Now, how many people bothered to look up at the pay table on top of the two of the machines?
Right.
One of them, right off the bat, if you won a royal flush, it was 4,000 coins. But the machine right next to it, if you hit a royal flush, was 4,700 coins. The whole pay table is higher. But people don't look at that. They assume every video poker machine is the same payout, and it's not. That one machine with 4,700 gives you almost a 17% better chance of walking out a winner than the one that pays 4,000 coins. So one thing I really loved in life was probability and things. And I study things like that because he wants to be in Vegas. You know, he had a sponsored trip to come down to Vegas, no problem at all. But he chose not to, so that wasn't a choice I made. D was like, yeah, I wouldn't bet him. Yeah, when he comes, D doesn't care. He'll leave you. So, right?
No, I don't have problems with anybody.
Yeah. It's like when Drury was on the chat one time and said he offered to fly Marshall to Hawaii, and Marshall didn't want to go. He just, you know, if you're coming to Vegas, do you want to be with something?
Hey, Jack,
you want to be with somebody that's fun, or do you want to have to feel like you have to fight a rear guard action of every morning? Like, yeah, I didn't like that. That was bad. That was you know, you shouldn't have put us in that situation.
What about the awkward conversations that you find yourself in, in like bars
How you
and
doing,
stuff?
Bella? Nice to see you. Thanks for
So,
sharing last night. It's always a lot
where's
of fun.
the prostitutes
We've been talking about the tunnel. It's funny. You had a conversation with somebody this morning about the tunnels.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's the last night. We've done a lot of traveling the last nights. I could do with just a short, you know, not just being in one location and just kind of hanging out a little bit and chilling out. So, might be here, I don't know.
I was gonna say that's good.
Let's see. Yeah. The table was off. Yeah, it's your fellow misfits, Jefferson T. Rowe. Good afternoon to you, Jefferson T. Rowe, in the great state of Kansas. Let's see, do you need to lay off start smoking the sativa, like Blue Dream?
Why?
Look at him now, man.
I like indica.
Oh, still, I say snake eyes. Yes, did have a hotel room last night. I'll be releasing a video tomorrow. I'll be doing a video about the hotel room and releasing that. Yeah, it was very kind. We were beneficiaries of that. It's good to have that at 3 o'clock in the morning or 2:30 when we got back last night. Jefferson T. Rowe.
Energetic. Yeah, well, I mean, I just woke up not too long ago. I'm tired.
No, I never tried an edible.
Then I did a wake and bake.
I never did try that edible. I
I
was
don't
listening to
force
what
nobody.
he was saying. Yeah, I ate that edible and nothing. Then 2 hours later, whoa.
Bam.
I'm like, yeah, we had that's it, Mr. Z.
One thing though is you can't overdose
Y'all had
on
a good
marijuana.
boondocking spot, didn't we, Mr. Z? Yeah.
Do you want to know what happens when you overdose on marijuana? You pass
Oh,
out.
thank you, Bella.
You
Really?
go to sleep. Yeah,
Okay.
you just sleep with all that's it. You can't overdose on marijuana.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So we'll see. I mean, tomorrow's back to the Rancho Day. Of course, I'm hoping I'll be able to meet Dee in southern Arizona and down in southern California. I think that would be pretty epic. He's never seen San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I made a prediction. If he could go down there, it would be a town that would just fit him like a glove. The scene, the people, just the whole vibe of the sort of epicenter of California cool down there.
Closest I've been to there was Salton Sea.
Yeah, Salton Sea. So yeah, might run out to Palm Springs too and do a little
Slab
boondocking.
City.
Slab City. I don't know. I missed your lives. I'm glad you're dead. Thank you, Mama Sparky. Thank
Pretty
you.
dead.
We had a great time. Hey, Crystal. Street said today. Yeah, it's pretty. They're definitely down here. They're definitely down in Vegas. You can see on the streets we're walking along. We went to outside the Stratosphere. Wasn't anybody hanging around outside the Stratosphere. There's usually dozens of people waiting for buses and sitting outside the hotel, getting the night air. We didn't see anyone. The most crowded place was the pizza joint.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what does that tell you? Right? The pizza fights coronavirus. Yes. Courtside, beautiful weather they're having right now. Had a 3-dog night. First death from corona in American Washington State. Everything has changed, Ginger. You guys saw last week it was a terrible week on Wall Street, and then overnight they reported that Chinese factory production is the lowest on record.
Oh, wow.
On record, and that's stretching back to the communist era of 1949.
Wow.
So, if that country's in a virtual shutdown, and you can imagine over here the supply line problems, you know, it's big time stuff's coming, guys, and it's not good stuff. Okay, oil at $45 a barrel, $45 a barrel, probably headed for about $20 a barrel ultimately. So, why? Because there's no demand for that oil. So. Planet 13, yeah. So we'll just have to see what happens. Maybe get a little bounce this week, but I don't think the headlines are going to be favorable with coronavirus.
Yeah.
Of course, you said in your opinion, it's like the hysteria, and it's like the Democrats are just trying to get in there. And
I don't know necessarily if it's Democrats. I think it's the media. The media has always had this horrible, attack against the president. Yeah, he's done a lot of some dumb shit, said a lot of dumb shit, but I think it's all just a media propaganda. Because if you think about it, so much more people die of the flu. What are the chances of me actually getting it? Slim to none.
So, but to my way of thinking, there must be something to it because of the extraordinary steps. I'm going to be leaving tomorrow. The extraordinary steps that they've taken to do things like close the schools in Japan until April. That's unprecedented. To call off Fashion Week in Milan, Italy, something that people work for all year, Fashion Week, to bring out new fashions and stuff. They just cut, it's not going to happen. They're even thinking about the Olympics. And is it going to have an effect? Are the Olympics going to be a financial disaster if nobody shows up in it? So who knows? Who knows? How you doing, Jen? Marshall Bates had a man that was going to be a depression. Well, he only did it because he heard of me. He's talking, trying to scare people into selling their homes and getting banned. What's wrong? Yeah, I say be measured in your analysis. Don't sit out there and listen to what I say and then regurgitate it with a more negative spin on it.
Regurgitate it like that.
Yeah, don't puke it up with a more crazy spin on it. Okay. Yeah, the flu will be gone by July 4th. Well, they've been talking about, Jeff, that Bloomberg has a headline today that there's a possibility that this virus will spring and summer over. So we don't really have that phenomena too often, but this virus hasn't really been studied in warmer weather conditions, and you get into humidity and stuff like that stuff starts to float in the air, and your lungs all juicy as opposed to the dry deserts.
Right.
Two balls in a pole. That's because he listened to my thing yesterday morning. So I'm trying to put a vague spin on it. Hey Simon, how are you? Never seen the last. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to be. This is not your average, Jeff. This thing is a different class of virus. Viruses want to survive too and mutate to be able to exist. Let's see. Is the best time to go to Vegas right now? It's the best time to go to Disneyland right now. The best time to go to Vegas to me is April and May. Great. Try to avoid June, July, August, and
the super hot
September. Most of September. Then you have October, November, beautiful in Las Vegas. So there's 4 great months, and then you've been here. Wintertime is fine. I mean, it's not going to rain. I mean,
no, it's actually nice. It's nice in the winter.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one time when it snowed, but that's a very rare thing.
Hey, Christ for all nations. Good morning. Gas prices will be in a free fall. Hey, Carla. You'll see that at the pump, except in California.
Yeah. Hey, Carla and friends.
Did any of you ladies propose to your BFFs today? Is it supposed to be something on ladies on leap year are allowed to propose to their boyfriends? It's like a Sadie Hawkins Day. We're doing good. We're doing good. Gilead Lab will have this thing licked regardless if some lucky enough to survive this summer.
Well, thank you, Carla. Appreciate that.
We'll have to see, Jeff. You know, it's not. But don't think that the coronavirus itself is at the sole heart of what's driving the stock market down. Okay, there's other issues, bigger issues at play over there. Let's see. A global vaccine is insanity. Exactly. Yeah, drag queen bingo. We saw that sign at that club for drag queen bingo. What would it says? This is the only time we'll show our balls.
Yeah.
It had a pin. It had the balls from bingo, where it's the only time we'll show our balls. Have a safe trip. Hey, thank you, Mama Sparky. So, what's your plans? Do you know yet, or just?
I don't know. Tomorrow I get in the van, I sit and think for about an hour, whatever, and contemplate and weigh my options and weigh what's the better opportunity, and I take it.
There you go.
I'm an opportunist. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Let's see. When will you quit smoking? Thank you, Onyx Angel.
I try so many times, it just doesn't work.
It doesn't bother me, you know, when people sit next to me. Once I decide I'm done, for my particular case, I just, like I've said a lot of times, I didn't get enough out of it to keep going. Plus, I didn't like the $10 a day for the prices for me. Good morning.
Yep, leaving tomorrow.
I wanted to have the money in my pocket for stuff, so. Begins a person in Washington State died of the virus. There'll be more, Andorra. Do you know a damn strong? Oh, thank you, Quinny. Yay, caught me live. Yeah, sure. So, Ranger gave me his card, so I'm going to send him a text message. Make sure we're in the loop for the future. Come down in April, May. Said he wants to do a barbecue over at his house, which is great. What a cool guy.
Yeah.
He didn't
cool.
mind dropping his docs out there. Right? I mean,
just like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't got none of that.
Ranger Class 1077. You can go look at the picture, pick him out over there. So he's a much nicer guy. He's lovely compared to that Elvis creature. I had a lot of fun with Marshall. You know, like I say, he would be welcome back, but I don't want somebody dumping on me when I'm not there. He wouldn't do that. If I spent 4 months,
I stick up for you.
Doing a van. You think after it's done, he would hit the road and start talking mad shit about me? I don't think so.
I'd be so happy. That's content too, man. You gotta do a band that's content. Talk about what works good and what you like about what
talk
this.
About the things that still
why you
need to be
design
worked
things
on.
the way you designed them. I mean, there's so much content in a new rebuild van, even after it's done.
Yeah, I mean, he tells people it was his design and my, execution of that design for the thing. Yeah, have it your way. It doesn't matter to me. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of positive things. I haven't seen him sit at the dinette yet and do anything, so I think I got to get a springy outfit like that. Very springy.
Very.
I'm very relaxed.
Come to New
It's been a
York.
great trip.
I want to go to New York. I just don't know anybody out there. That's pretty
I'll
much
go
what's
up
been
to New
keeping me
York
doing
with
it. Not
him
going.
to Queens and Brooklyn and Flushing Meadows, all around there.
Like I was saying yesterday, I'm a social type person. I don't. When I'm in the desert by myself, it gets ugly for me.
Well, I'm the same way. I'm not. I was concerned one time when he was first doing his vanning and he was at a Walmart and he got up the next day, and I guess it was just, there's always this learning curve when you're sleeping in your van and stuff, and you were like, man, this is not cool, you know, to be in a parking lot and having people creeping all around at night.
Yeah.
I'm like a guy that likes to be out on BLM land and hanging out. I actually think that watching you, I think that urban van dwelling has kind of grown on you now. Or am I wrong?
I'm more comfortable. Like I'll take me about an hour to 2 hours to find a spot where I'm like, all right, this is good, and I'll do it. But like Walmart's, it's really easy. I have apps that tell me what Walmart's, and I can go to a Walmart and I can tell if it's something I'm comfortable with sleeping or not. But I notice I go to bed late and I wake up early. I don't sleep easy. But if I'm out in like the woods of nowhere or desert or something, I am out like a light.
See, for me, it's the opposite. I'm much more scared to be out in the desert somewhere and feeling like there's nobody around, you know, and it's just like me against whatever's out there in the desert. And I like to go to Walmart parking lots or neighborhoods and just slip my van right in, and nobody thinks the wiser of it. They just think it's a work van. It's sitting there.
Yeah.
That's the best aspect of it. Our Walmart too, Jeff, is starting to become a sleep in your car motel too. You know. So how you doing, Bobby? Nice to see you, Bobby in the chat. Nice to see you, Bobby. I said hi in Marshall's chat. Looked to me like he just threw out the idea and then waited for his chatters to give him, I don't know how much of what. Do watch Marshall. You know, but you know, I just don't think you have to use other people for content in your streams and stuff. You would expect it anytime you did a major van build like that. There are some additional things that need attention. Once you get shake hand and you lived in it for a week or two, then you have an eye. Oh, this has got to be changed, or this has got to be tightened or addressed. That's a normal.
Yeah.
That's a normal part of the. That's a normal part of the process.
One of the questions was, how do I decide where to go next? I look and see where there's more work for me, and so it's obviously I'm gonna be in the bigger areas now, bigger cities and stuff. So I see where there's work, the variety of work that's there, and I weigh my options, what's better for different places and where I want to be at in the next couple of months.
Has Marshall done any dirty leaks yet? I don't know. He blocked me on the channel, so I don't know. One of his mods did, so then I popped in 2 times on my other Murphy channel, and he didn't acknowledge me or anything like that. So the next is oh, thank you, Sean. Yeah, the budget was I don't know, I think one of the moderators, there's a moderator who has a hidden wrench for a while that is no fan of mine. I don't think Marshall would have blocked me, but he doesn't read the side chat. I like to engage the side chat.
Yeah, if I'm not being acknowledged, I'm out.
Yep.
No hard feelings, I'm just out.
Oh, thank you, Bubba. Enjoy the videos, Rosebud. Yeah, and his picket phone number on his van. I think that's the old one. I think that's the. Yeah, but have you seen my fundraising? No, Jeff, I didn't see your fundraising event. I thought I didn't block people. Oh, of course, mods can block people. No, they can block people too. They can block people too. So. I don't think Marshall was bad-mouthing me per se. I think Marshall was saying this is what I like to do.
Yeah.
And this is what Rosie likes to do, and they're not gonna come together in any kind of fashion. You know? I'm not gonna be on the road constantly. I'm gonna try to get a place in, try to get something cheap lined up in Southern California for a couple weeks here or a couple weeks there, which makes it very nice. If I get something like that, he can show me his cooking skills.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. What pay money. I hope I disappointed when I mentioned that there were so many Asian people in Las Vegas. It's not my intention, just slipped down. How you doing, Jackie Blue? There's always been tons of Asians around the Wynn, and they built this place called the Lucky Dragon Casino.
Yes, it's just for Asians.
And they geared it just for Chinese. But the problem is, it's by the stratosphere. It's in a sketch neighborhood. And the Chinese who are wealthy, they don't want to be with other Chinese. They want to be with everybody to show their wealth and their jewels. They don't want to be, the ones that have made it big. They want to be, at the Wynn and the Bellagio and places like that, right? Playing at the high roller table up there. It doesn't benefit them at all psychologically to be sitting with a ton of other. They get that at home. Yeah, that place, Quinny, is still closed over there. And I don't know if it'll ever open, but they don't want to be in a ghetto neighborhood over there. They tried to bring all the Asian food courts in, and they have the same thing at Wynn. They have the top level, probably some of the best Chinese chefs in America working down there doing all the things. So. No, Jackie, all that money was wasted, Quinny. What you're going to see down here in Vegas, you're going to see a huge contraction of the hospitality industry down here. Just because of the current situation that's going on with the virus. And then on top of that, people having, I think something like $500 billion was lost in the market last week. I mean, that's a lot of market value. People are going to feel that.
Yeah.
They'll pull back a bit. Yeah, the heart attack looked fun. Yay, Ronnie. What is that? Ronnie Bean. Hello from Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Yeah. We can tell being here Saturday morning. Saturday's 11:30. Ain't nobody around. There literally, I've seen probably 5 hotel guests walk by, maybe 10 this morning around here. And unfortunately, a lot of these new places that are coming online, the Grand downtown is a huge expansion. How about the one down near the plaza, the new place they built? You look through the windows to watch it.
Oh yeah.
The Sarah or whatever it is down there.
Yeah, it's right nice.
That'll open just in time for boom, the big drop. So too much online. When Marshall's food stamps get caught, he will tell that. He will feel that. Time to buy some stocks right now. I don't know, Brary. I'm not in the market. I just observe things. I don't ever tell people what to do with their money.
I wouldn't buy stocks in China businesses.
Las Vegas, anything like them? Sharby, Las Vegas is nothing like the movies. Nothing. Let me say it's zero. You watch movies like Casino with De Niro and Sharon Stone.
Yeah, now that's
Alec Baldwin, The Cooler, the movie The Cooler, and all these. They're nothing like that now. Why? It's all corporatized. Everything's player cards, and there's no more of good guy. Hey man, could I get a buffet ticket? The strip's all screwed up. They got so much crap wedged in that strip. It's like nobody. Less people want to go down it. You go here to Fremont Street, and it's.
You just walk in the street.
You go out east, and it's like old motorhome court hotels from the 1930s are reopening and things. It's all down here. Everything that's happening is down here. I missed you when you were in San Francisco. Come down there. Looking at a safe place to boondock with bathrooms and shower.
Oh, nice, Sean.
Thank you, Craig. I really appreciate that. One of the votes, Clorox and Clorox Thursday made a sold Clorox. Good for you, Kevin. Yeah, they still do free beers. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Matthew. Are you also leaving? I'm leaving tomorrow. Yes. I've got Missy Jen next week. I've got to take care of. I've got to get set up for her stuff. She's my top priority. I'll be taking her down to San Francisco, and then a couple days after her doctor visit on Wednesday, they'll let her know when her infusion date is. After that, I'll be back on the road when they give her that date. I'll probably be gone on the road for about 3 weeks to a month. Then come back for her infusion, stay a couple weeks. Then after that, I'll probably do a run over to the East Coast, spend some time with my dad, and then make my way back across the country to the West Coast. Sean said, if I'm not being acknowledged in the chat, cool. I love you, and I think you're wonderful, beautiful. Oh yeah, of course. I try to acknowledge people in the chat. Sometimes people get upset. Man, you didn't even see me in the chat. Yeah. Well, I'm holding the thing. Right, we're looking at a small screen. I'm an old bat, trying to read a small, and I'm on a selfie stick. I'm holding that literally 2 feet away from me when I'm walking.
Wow. Sean Quinn really wants me in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I have a hard time seeing with mine too sometimes. Even like this right here, I kind of have to sit up to see it.
We'll be doing something tonight. I'm not sure what it's going to be. We've pounded a lot of miles out on the feet. So normally when Dee and I would be in Vegas for a week or something, we would do a long one, then just a shorty hanging out, then a long one, and then a short one. So.
Oh, that's a good question. Are you happy with Lil Rascal's performance and reliability?
Oh man, my van is just it's so great to have that reliability. And be able to not think twice about boondocking. I don't even think twice about where I am because it just looks like a work van when you park anywhere,
Well, mine doesn't.
Well, it's still a minivan. It's not like you're coming into the Class A or a travel trailer or a fifth wheel, right? That gets the real attention. Nobody thinks twice when they see a minivan on the street or something like that. I never. The greatest thing turned out to be the element of stealth. Now it's to the point where Elvis wants to park his Lisa Marie in Chicago and get himself a D-Dubs van. And then,
I inspired him.
Yeah,
I inspired him.
Get a D-Dub van and save the gas, get the good gas mileage. Because that rig gets about 8 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
Right? Get the good gas mileage, and you can travel, you can sleep in it, and that way you don't screw up your home, so to speak. You're not traveling with your home. Watching for safety, curbs and potholes. I just love. Yeah, it's been a great machine. I did 10,443 mile journey last summer, all up to the Great Lakes, down to Syracuse, through Syracuse, Baltimore, Cumberland, Maryland, out to Detroit. All the time up in Detroit, and then one to Wisconsin, time up in Milwaukee. It's great. It's a great journey. He bought his van for five bills.
Yeah, $500. Right here in Vegas.
Miles later.
Put 21,000 miles on it. I've been driving the hell out of that thing.
Can't complain.
No.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Watching for safety. So I've really liked it. That's the answer. I think I picked out the ideal. Stealth rig. The other thing is, I already proved I can go through the highest heat of America and the highest humidity of America without needing air conditioning to get through that. We had heat warnings in Chicago and Detroit, 100, 102 degrees, 105 degrees, high humidity.
Wow.
Yuma, Arizona, 112 degrees, 99 degrees.
You got a fan or something there?
I got a little fan. The one that Patricia Wakefield sent me, and that allowed me to pull through. So
yeah,
that allowed me to.
I need to get a fan.
Make it. I will be doing I will be on the beach a lot this summer. The beach and the rivers and all that. Yeah, I didn't do much.
I want to go
last
get my kayak from Michigan.
There you go.
Got 2 kayaks. I want to grab it.
So I will be on the doing the beach thing a lot, especially if Dee or whomever is down there. Like Venice Beach is interesting in
Never been there.
LA, and it's a pretty easy place to boondock around there. Santa Monica, places like
I
that.
prefer hip hop or rap.
I'm good, Tanya. Nice to see you. So that's what I enjoy is
I should get you
beach.
eat an edible and get in a kayak and with your teeny bikini.
Just fall over backwards, you know. on that. Crystal says I design dresses, but
Thank
I
you,
want to dress
Charlotte.
a long dress for Rosie. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. What was it? Somebody told me, Rosie, will you wear a dress and stockings and heels? And Dee was cracking up. He couldn't even imagine a little dress, stockings, and he was like, really? You know? Oh, thank you, Matthew. It's funny. Yeah, kayaking is good. I did a lot of canoeing in my day. That's what
I love
had a
kayaking.
Grumman canoe. Big aluminum.
I get a lot of people telling me they like those streams when I was in Michigan kayaking and streaming.
Wear the bikini on this wrong. Yeah, that's cool, Crystal. Yeah, it's good. A beach cover up is good because one person, you don't want to make multiple trips back and forth hauling crap in because you got to take a chair in and an umbrella and stuff like that. So I'll be down there a lot. It's the beauty of being retired is, you know, I got nowhere I got to be on Monday. Yeah, that sounds like a good thing. A cover up like Sarong. But when I put it in gear tomorrow, my thought will be on Missy Jen at that point for the next for the balance of this week. People have said, "Are you going to do Kitchen Stadium?" Yeah, I'll still continue to do Kitchen Stadium. One of my kind subscribers sent out a propane fire pit.
Nice.
Okay, nice. So I'll be doing a tribute to that subscriber. That'll be nice. We'll have no more issues with the fire department and burning things on the rancho. So that'll be good.
You won't get swatted by the fire department.
Yeah. I broke out the teeny weeny bikini, Todd, and yes. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, to having the Marshall may or may not be around. I don't want people that are complaining and moping and things like that, okay? I like positive people, and I'm just going to tell Marshall, if you can't be positive, don't come back. Simple as that, okay? Simple as that. I did the very best I could for him, and I expect in return to have that positivity. This is a corporate loss paper. I remember when my mom was running it, it was a blast, and I enjoyed spending all that money. Exactly. When you came in as a customer or a gambler, the mob treated you with respect. You weren't competition to them. You were a customer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they made sure, as long as you weren't a dick or causing big trouble in the casino, they didn't care really what you did. And, yeah, you give them a buffet. Yeah, go ahead, you know. Give him a room, man. He's played a lot. Yeah.
And they were smart though, because they knew that was pennies on a dollar compared to what it would. If they kept them there, how much they would keep spending there.
Exactly. They knew how to make people. As the Chinese say, "Ni hui zhou ren." You know how to make people. That's a Chinese expression. It means you know how to make people want to be around you and in your property and all that kind of stuff. You don't get that with the corporate.
You don't want them to leave. I mean, you don't. If you charge them for everything, they're going to go look for the best deal and leave and go somewhere else. But the mob wanted everybody to stay right there.
Susie said, "Yeah, unless you owe them money." That's a different story. I like that scene in I don't know what the movie is with De Niro. The guy's counting cards in the casino, and I guess it's a movie Casino, and De Niro catches him security catches this guy in a county card, and they haul him into the back room and they tell him, man, you can leave with the money, or you can leave. You can leave the money, or you can leave your fingers here. One of the guy pulls out a big radio saw. It's your choice, man. I'll just leave the money.
Yeah.
It's like,
I leave the money to
they're
gas.
like, take him out to the alley and just tell him they had an accident out there. Never cheat a mob casino. Yeah, Goodfellas was great too. Nice to see you, Sherriana. She likes your
Sherriana.
chat. Yeah, that's what the days I remember. I was just on the tail end of that before, before Boyd Gaming and Las Vegas Sands and the Wynn Gaming Group came in, and it just resort fees came in, and give people a chance now, given a choice, whether you want to eat and survive or come down to Vegas and goof around. A lot of people are going to want to eat and survive as opposed to coming down to Vegas. There's going to be a ton of layoffs coming up that are going to be coming up in the next few weeks to a month. You'll see that very hard in places like Las Vegas tourist centers. Italy, Venice Venice was a huge place. Everybody wanted to go to Venice, see the gondolas and go through the canals and the beautiful 14th century architecture and Michelangelo and all that kind of crap. Mm-hmm. It's a ghost town.
Really?
It's a ghost town. Thank you, Vicky. Says, I'm enjoying your visit to Vegas. Yeah. C-Dubs, we build race cars. We have our own shop. We can rebuild your van all together. How much? Yeah, there you go.
How much miles per gallon do I get in? In the city, I get 7 to between 7 and 11 miles per gallon, and on the freeway, it gets between 15 and 18 miles per gallon. All depends on if I'm going up the mountain or down.
For me, 20 gallons gets me 600 miles. 620. I'm looking at about 30 miles to the gallon.
Just going and getting a cup of coffee. Damn, Sean.
Hey Zoe, how you doing?
Driving in reverse. That doesn't work.
Drive in reverse, that's it. So,
it's actually only got
seen my actors and actresses in person when living? I'm trying to think who I've seen. I've seen Angelina Jolie in person. I've seen Louis Black in person. I'm trying to think who else I've seen in person. I've never seen anybody down in Southern California though. How you doing, Salt in the Swing? Good morning, my world in OKC, Tammy. Ilva, how you doing, honey? I love her name, Ilva Bjarnson. What a good Scandinavian name, Ilva Bjarnson. Yeah, Angelina Jolie. I used to see Jane Fonda all the time at the Ralph supermarket in Santa Monica down there. So, but all the stars, they're like out in Malibu. They don't even want to be in Beverly Hills or Hollywood or LA proper. They all want to be in Malibu or out in the canyons now for privacy and stuff like that. So you have very few legitimate stars that live within the limits of LA. What's on the agenda today? It's going to be a pretty light day today. We'll figure something out. Maybe do a little research. See what we were thinking about going down to the Strip tonight. But honestly, I might just have a couple beers, hang out or something like that, and just take it easy. We've pounded a lot of miles.
Yeah. Yes.
And as I was saying earlier, Dee and I had this. We would go on a long 5 to 7 mile chooch. Then the next day we would just have a sort of a short hanging out one, and then the next maybe a long one, and then we'd alternate that.
Yeah, we did that quite a bit.
We pounded some very long things 3 nights in a row here, and you can only really do that much before you start to feel it. I don't have the best shoes in the world, so I want to, when I get back to town, I want to get some, Juice gave me a recommendation for some good shoes that are specifically designed for walking great distances and things. So, would you put a portable hot tub? Nah, Sherry, I don't think I use it enough. Hot tubs. I think it's summertime. I'd have more fun just filling up a little blow-up pool and splashing around, you know, in a teeny-weeny bikini and stuff. That would be a lot more fun to me. And then you just, you know, roll up the pool and you're done with it. You just put it away. You know, that's a lot more fun. And you get a hot tub, you start to have heaters and plumbing, and then you have cleaning issues. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just frolic. I'd rather just frolic around in that little blow-up pool. That would be a lot of fun.
Jacks your electric.
Baltimore humidity drove me out there. I couldn't believe how hot I was in Baltimore. Besides getting shot, I love Baltimore. Well, I grew up with that in a row house. No AC, no nothing. And it would be 100 degrees, 100% humidity. It was just killer. And that put everybody in a bad mood. Nobody would be in their house. Everybody would be on the porch or street, and somebody would say something that pissed somebody off. And you would have this raging Friday night melee on the streets. Cops coming in on horseback with clubs, just dinging people in the head and stuff like that. Because of the heat, man. Hi, good, how are you doing?
Welcome back.
Thank you. The heat and humidity would just drive people insane. They couldn't escape it. They'd work in a hot factory, they'd come home, just didn't have the money for air conditioning and that kind of stuff.
Walk around clubbing people.
You ever go to, I worked in Ocean City, Maryland. I hope to get down to Ocean City I'd love somebody like Dee to see Ocean City. I think that would be a blast.
I want to go to Atlantic City.
You'd love the whole East Coast. I'm hoping after while I'm visiting my dad, I tell him, yeah, put it in gear for the East Coast. Let's meet up. There we go. And then, you know, helping with a friend's baby shower today. Good for you, Tammy. You're always busy. Let's see. Bill, elbows already dissing Rosie and talking crap on someone's panel. Yeah, I heard that today. So how you doing, Cheryl?
Hey,
Mud
Cheryl.
Wrestling just for a laugh. I've seen it on YouTube. Looks good. Oh, you want Snooki on the jersey? Sure. He lives in Baltimore. He's 90 years old. In Wisconsin, there's many fights outside in the winter. Yeah, I can imagine that Wisconsin sunset. It's just the nature of heat and humidity when it's relentless. People can take a day or two. They can take 3 days. They can take a week. But imagine 3 to 4 weeks of that shit every day. Your nerves start to get frayed. You can't get relief.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the kids are more irritating.
Yep.
You know, people smell.
Your spouse gets
Sweaty.
under your skin.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that stuff. I mean, Baltimore has one of the last mounted police forces on horses, which is great for riot control. And they would just come in and swing those clubs on the end of the leather tongues and just be binging people in the head and stuff. Let's see. It's Mouse Toes. How you doing? How you doing, Pickles? Folks who curse are more honest. More honest too. Yeah. Hey, there's Quinn.
A lady in the streets freaking the sheets.
There's Quinn with 2 N's. Yeah. Freaking the sheets. There you go, Red Pill. So we'll have to see what happens. He's still coming down off his high.
No, I smoked some this morning.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I did a wake and bake.
Is that what you call it, a wake and bake?
Mm-hmm.
You're really mellow today.
I know, I like it.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. Hey, North Shore. Tammy says, D, how's the hand feel today? Did
Feels
you get
great.
Lotion for it?
Yes, I did.
It's gone. Just got done with last night's shoots. There you go, Pickles. So we'll figure out something. Hey, Amy, how you doing? We'll figure out something to do this evening. I'm not sure if the sun's going to poke through or not today. It's getting on about noon.
Yeah, it's National Tattoo.
If the sun's not out by 1 o'clock, we'll have to figure out something alternate to do today. Otherwise, I want to get a couple hours of sunshine. What kind of bird is that?
I don't know. Yeah, live streamed the whole thing. I got done yesterday.
Yeah, check out Dee's channel. I did some close-ups and some other stuff of the tattoo being done. It's pretty cool. It was a good stream.
Yeah, it was a lot better idea to do the dark red.
Yeah, the black would have. Yeah, Amy, I think you came up with that. I don't do the black. It'll, it's just. And I like the red was the red was a good choice on that. It really was.
Well, I got the play button not because of a certain milestone I hit on YouTube, but a certain milestone I hit in my life. It's just a whole chapter of my life. Every tattoo, even the cover-ups, have a meaning of a chapter of my life.
How about going to the homeless mole tunnels? We've had a lot of people ask about that. I'm going to kind of guess that I'm thinking those tunnels have been cleaned out. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but with the new law that came in, the public sleeping and being out, because literally D and I are around now. Even on D Street, the cops were rousting people off the side of the street. We don't see any homeless people on the side of the road. We don't see any camps. Around the ghetto 7-Eleven used to be terrible. I mean, you step over people sleeping in the morning going to get the coffee, and in the afternoon it's gone.
Yeah.
There ain't nobody on the streets anymore. Okay.
No, I didn't get the dashiki.
No, we didn't get the dashiki. We were joking about that.
I wanted to, and Rose was like, no. No, don't do that.
Yeah. Tanya says on your bucket list, I gotta get a tattoo on my face. Let's see, Victor says, D, will you ever settle down and stay in one place?
Probably not. Never have.
Yeah, thank God he didn't buy it. I mean, I'm going to get a tattoo on my forearm. There you go, Sharon. There you go. I see D as a nomad, you know, and to me, this country's so wonderful. So many things to explore, it's just a lot of fun.
I actually love my life now. When I was stuck in the factory or stuck with the business, running my business and everything else, it was the same thing every day, repetitive, doing whatever I can do to pay the bills that I thought would make me happy. But when I started traveling, I realized that's really what makes me happy, is seeing all this amazing, cool things and experiences and talking to all these different people from all walks of life.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a good time. So I'm looking forward to a lot more of my travel this summer will be in Southern California. I'll just tell you guys, because I hardly got any beach time last year, so most of my stuff is going to be like Imperial Beach and San Diego, LA, those particular areas. There's the opportunities for content are off the chain in those kind of places, so that makes it nice. Tattoo, pay your taxes. You know, just want press conference of coronavirus to aboard that hot mess. Yeah, I think we're all overdosing on the corona. I know D overdosed on day one. It's hard to separate hype, and then we have the stock market intertwined with that. So the collapse of China. I think after I do the trip to Texas, I'll be ready to put my to ride. Jeepers, hello, is Marshall welcome back at the rancho? Depends what his behavior is going to be.
He'll change once you leave here.
Yeah, once I leave here, it'll be all nicety nice, you know, so. You know, the weather's decent. I think the best thing you can do is put it in gear for Chicago and just tough it out in the cold.
It's gonna, warm up here real soon. You usually have one last snowfall in March, and then that's it. It warms up. So
I don't know. I think he is mad. He left to go to Vegas. But Mastos, Marshall had a sponsored trip to come to Vegas. He chose not to come. Now beyond that, you know,
you gotta make up your own content. So you just can't sit there and wonder what he's gonna do next.
I told that kind person, I'm gonna just tough it out in the van and just put that in the bank for Southern California or something like that. So they understood.
Push the Lisa Marie. Chicago for all I cared.
I'd rather be with their monies. She won, and he asked if she gave it to D. I've done some kindnesses for D over the last few days. You think I'm just sit there and win money and don't share the fortune with
I don't,
people?
but it's not my money. I'm not the one that put the money in. I didn't say, hey, you want to put $20? Well, here's $10. You know, I didn't do that.
Even when I do win, you know, like yesterday,
yeah,
bought dinner.
But it's not expected, nor should it be. Is what I'm saying.
Bought the pizza, bought the drinks last night. I share share fortune. Don't grab it all unto yourself. Share it. I'm happy to.
I never got arrested, man. I don't know why you said that.
Oh, that was from down in New Orleans. Because he heard something on Camo Dave. Somebody on Victor came into Camo Dave's chat and said that you got arrested in Vegas. That's who did it, Victor. He's the one that put out that thing about you being arrested. So
that's true, Sean. That's true.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. No, they got these buckets. They got these brute Rubbermaid
trash
cans.
Yeah.
These 50-gallon rubber cans on wheels that they push around here. Before you sleep, you really think about the person you love or person. Exactly. It's like a trash thing on wheels. Pouring you since you've been gone is totally unacceptable. You're too kind-hearted. Thank you, Richard. Does it bother you when Marshall was ungrateful? You able to? I just disregarded Punky. I just consider, that's Marshall's nature. And honestly,
that's a sad nature, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying honestly, D, he's enduring the payoff of that behavior. He's feeling the consequences of that behavior now. Look at you and I. We're out here. We're supported on the streams. People love the streams. What can he do to inspire people what content can he bring to make people want to be motivated to support his stuff? It's a long road back for him.
Yeah.
And if you continue on the route that you're continuing, to me, I think he's given up. It's going to be a job. That's it. So I think he'll end up cursing everyone on YouTube and everything, and then just slink his way back to the job market, and that'll be it. But I'm not responsible. All you can do is tell people one time, hey man, be positive, and it starts to create rewards. Do good things.
It's not going to happen overnight.
It's not going to happen.
It could take a year. It could take a couple of years. I mean, but once people start seeing the repetitiveness of the good, wholesome positivity, then it starts to take off.
When's the last time somebody's been on a Marshall stream and said, I really enjoy the content that you did, here's $10 or something? It doesn't happen. Okay. All right. Let's see. Said the end of the world is near. Well, the problem with Marshall is he gets all his news from me. When I do my morning hangouts and I talk about things, and he takes that in his mind, and then he uses that too. Okay. if you're Marshall, the only thing you can have now is a shock value to come out and do crazy things. Way back to the job. Yeah, Slink is way back to the job mark. That's right.
But he says he can't get a job now.
For what reason?
Because of the trolls.
Not my problem. You know?
You reap what you
Hell,
sow.
man, you work.
Yeah.
You work.
Yep.
You've had troll problems.
Oh,
you know?
I get trolls.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Didn't stop you from going out. If you were smart, you picked up a job that you could pick up in a city. You could work 10 days straight, or you can work 2 days straight.
I can work an hour. I can
That's
work
what I'm
20.
saying.
I mean,
You should take a page out of your book and do something like that. That's right, Quinn with 2 N's. So I don't put a lot of credence in it. I wish Marshall the best, but he has to make his own way forward. And he's making the rounds of the talk shows now to try to put himself on panels and things like that. So,
get himself back out there so he can start talking about something, make controversy, and get everybody talking about him again. And that's what's happening.
His prime objective on the daily is to wake up, think of what he can do controversial to drive people to a state of the steering wheel chat. That's never going to change. But if you do it with content as opposed to words, that's a much more powerful long-term driver for success. In my opinion. Some people may feel differently about it. I've seen people try to drive their channels with drama, and it just, the day they try to bring other content, it's people look the other way because they don't care about it. It's not what you're known for. Right? Oh, I think you'll have to go back to work. That's a given. As he said years ago, YouTube was an experiment for him. When he saw Amanda May get all that money for the RV, his thought was, well, if she can get it, I can get it too. And he did.
Yeah.
But the goodwill was immediately squandered. People like Norm F. don't come along too often.
No.
How many times is somebody going to come along and drop thousands and thousands? I was a beneficiary of Norm's generosity too. Number 2, well, I don't know. You hear rumors of other girls and they've gotten money from Norm, but in the beginning, Marshall and I were the 2 big, huge beneficiaries of Norm F. Okay, but people like Norm F. How often do they come around?
Not very often.
Yeah, not very often. So. Lady rocking the chair. Oh man, wasn't that shattering, Sean? The lady in the chair that was just rocking outside of her place at 2 a.m. in the morning or whatever, 1:30. I'm like, man, she had a thin little blanket sitting out there, and I felt like I was watching a horror movie when I went down there and saw her.
Yeah, it was pretty freaky.
I felt like I was literally watching a horror movie, looking at her rocking back. That was without a doubt one of the most shattering moments on a stream that I've ever seen, and nothing really happened. But just that visual of her rocking at 1:30 in the morning with a real thin little blanket on her, and thinking to myself, why in the hell can't they bring her inside? Let her rock in the corner inside. I have no idea, Jay. It was very disturbing. There was a few disturbing things. I didn't want to go down this one alley anymore. I'd had it down there. There were too many people who were popping up here and there in that area. That has a tough reputation for a reason down there. We had that confrontation with that woman. That's my property. Well, hell, she was squatting. That was the house that the cops took out before.
Right. And they boarded it up, and you could tell all those.
Hey, Rosie, that's the house where the cops took it out before.
That was the raid.
That was the raid. And they had those 4 black guys handcuffed sitting on the curb down in front of the place. Norm burned out on YouTube. You know, everything he tried to do just backfired him. I think the only thing he wanted to do was just come in and make friends on YouTube, and it just didn't pan out. I think people saw him as a money bag, and that was it.
Well, yeah.
But
You're throwing money out like that. That's what people look at you as.
I'll never regret, though, that I did make the effort to go up to Toronto and thank him in person for what he did.
No, it's good,
that
though.
Was important. You know? Let's see. Have you been to a brand new casino in Glendale, Arizona? No. Yeah, the Canadian ATM machine. They don't. The ATM machines don't come around that often. Okay. It's great when you're riding high and all that money's coming in. But then the day that stops, what's your real base of support like? Take away that one big hitter.
You start struggling.
Do you have a base of supporters?
No.
Okay. That's the problem. You better build a big, wide base in life. That's all I say. Let's see his lifestyle. He was dismal. Think money was going to buy him love. Yeah. Red Pill. We never know people's motivations. He's been kind to me. We've had great conversations on the phone. He's a really nice guy, but I felt like they got used a lot on YouTube. I did. The feedback, the stories that come back to me are beyond belief.
Oh wow!
The money he showered around his community. And last time I talked to him, he said he was $30,000 in debt.
Wow.
And was working 2 jobs.
Wow.
Think about that. Okay. So, you know, stuff happens. Stuff happens in life. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Norm is a hell of a nice guy.
He didn't even get a reach around.
Yeah. He's, hey Sean, how you doing? So yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sad for Norm. Norm deserves better and better in life. You know, sometimes when he's drinking a lot, he gets a little crazy. But you know, stuff happens. So,
yeah, those beds were comfortable.
that bird's what they call a grackle.
Really? That's what that
Grackle, yeah, big mouth grackle. So I think he just had it on YouTube. Let's face it, the Boyd can be a pretty. It's the Boyd for a reason. It's called the Boyd for a reason, right? Somebody said it's like the. Somebody said Boyd's like the stuff at the bottom of your trash can when you change your bag. Yes, he's still in Canada. Yeah, we have those birds. They can sound like somebody talking on a walkie-talkie. Yeah, bottom of the barrel. That's it. So I wish him the best. You know, can chew, that's right. The Boyd can chew you up and spit you out. Exactly. So you're always kind of walking a tightrope in the Boyd. Let's see. The good news for me is the sun has poked through, so I'm going to go get a couple hours, and I might fire up a little something on the McNamara channel.
Yeah,
today. So I want to thank you guys for being along today. We'll figure out what we're going to do for the rest of the day, and I want to thank you guys. Any final words, Steve?
Thank you so much for being here.
That play button. Woo. There you go. Thanks, everybody.